Hi, I'm Amelia. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. So, where do I start? Oh yeah, the secret. I always thought secrets were safe if you never told them. But somehow mine got out. It was a big one, about my family's past. Never told a soul. Not even Lily, my best friend. But let's rewind a bit. We were at my favorite coffee shop, the usual spot for me and Lily. I can't believe you've never been to Europe, Amelia. You'd love Paris, Lily exclaimed, sipping her latte. Yeah, it's on my list. But you know, family stuff and all, I replied, stirring my coffee. Speaking of family, I heard something about yours today. Something about your dad. Lily looked at me, her eyes filled with a weird mix of curiosity and concern. I froze. What about my dad? Well, they say he was involved in some shady business years ago. That's what people are talking about. My heart sank. That was the secret. How did she know? I hadn't told anyone, ever. I played it cool, though. Rumors, Lily, you know how people talk. Yeah, but this seemed legit. Just thought you should know. I changed the subject, but my mind was racing. Who blabbed? It wasn't Lily. She was my rock. Days went by. The rumor spread like wildfire. Whispers at work, side eyes from neighbors. My family was like a house of cards, and this secret was a gust of wind. Then came the confrontation. I needed answers. At my house, I cornered my brother Jake. Did you say something about Dad's past to anyone? No, why would I? You think I want that out there? Jake looked genuinely puzzled and a bit hurt that I'd even ask. Someone's spreading rumors, and it's messing everything up, I said, feeling the weight of the world on my shoulders. Amelia, you know I'd never do that. We've got to stick together, especially now, Jake reassured me, but I was only partially convinced. The following week was a blur of awkward encounters and forced smiles. Then came the party. Lily's party. I should have skipped it, but I didn't. I walked in, and it was like entering a lion's den. I could feel the stares, hear the whispers. Lily came over, all smiles. Amelia, you made it. Don't worry about the chatter. Let's have fun tonight. She was either clueless or a really good actor. In the heart of a bustling coffee shop, I sat with my hands wrapped around a steaming cup, lost in thoughts. The last few days had been a whirlwind of whispers and stares, ever since my secret was splashed all over social media. A secret so personal, I had only ever shared it with Lily. As I sat there, the bell above the door jingled, and in walked Lily, her face etched with concern. Or was it guilt? She slid into the seat opposite me, her eyes not quite meeting mine. I heard what happened, Amelia. I can't believe someone would do this to you, Lily said, her voice trembling slightly. I looked up, forcing a smile that didn't reach my eyes. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. My family is devastated. Lily reached across the table, placing her hand over mine. You know you can count on me, right? Whoever did this is going to pay. I pulled my hand away, feeling a twist in my gut. Something about Lily's words didn't sit right with me. Thanks, Lily. But right now, I just want to find out who did this. Lily bit her lip, looking away briefly before meeting my gaze again. Of course, Amelia. I'm here for you, whatever you need. As we continued to talk, my phone buzzed. It was a message from a number I didn't recognize, but the content sent chills down my spine. It was a screenshot of a conversation. Lily's conversation with someone else, sharing my secret. I felt the room spin as I read the words on the screen. Why, Lily? My voice was barely a whisper, but it cut through the noise of the coffee shop. Lily's face paled, her eyes widening. What are you talking about, Amelia? This. I thrust my phone towards her, the evidence clear as day. Lily, you shared my secret. You told everyone. For a moment, Lily was silent, her eyes flickering with something I couldn't quite name. Fear, guilt, regret. Then she started to speak, her words tumbling out in a rush. I'm sorry, Amelia. I never meant for it to get out like this. I needed something to boost my own blog, and I thought... You thought you'd use my life? My family's pain? My voice rose, drawing glances from nearby tables. Please, Amelia, you have to understand. I'm so sorry. I'll do anything to fix this, Lily pleaded, her eyes brimming with tears. I shook my head, feeling a sense of betrayal so deep it hurt. You can't fix this, Lily. You broke my trust. You broke our friendship. But Amelia, everyone makes mistakes. Can't you forgive me? Her voice was desperate, seeking absolution I couldn't give. No, Lily, this wasn't a mistake. This was a choice you made. I stood up, my chair scraping against the floor. I can't be around you anymore. I need to surround myself with people I can trust. As I walked out of the coffee shop, leaving Lily behind, tears streaming down her face, I felt a mix of emotions. Anger, hurt, but also a sense of clarity. This was a defining moment for me, a time to take a stand for myself. From that day on, I promised myself I wouldn't let Lily's betrayal define me. I would rise above it, become stronger and wiser. I realized then that not everyone who smiles at you is your friend, and that sometimes the hardest lessons teach you the most valuable truths. The chapter closed with me walking down the street, my head held high, determined to rebuild my life on my terms, with people who truly cared for me. It was a path filled with uncertainty, but one thing was clear. I was no longer the same Amelia who walked into that coffee shop. I was someone stronger, someone who knew her worth. I had to pick up the pieces, you know. It wasn't just about getting back at Lily or anything. It was about me, Amelia, rebuilding my life from scratch. I started spending more time at the Community Arts Center, a place I'd always loved, but never had enough time for. Painting became my refuge, a way to let out all the anger and hurt without saying a word. One day, while I was deeply focused on a canvas, someone walked up to me. "That's a pretty intense piece you're working on." I looked up to see a girl about my age, with a kind smile and an easel of her own. "Yeah, it's been a challenging time lately." I cleaned my brush, not sure how much I should share. "I get that. Art's a great way to deal, right?" She extended her hand. "I'm Cassie, by the way." "Amelia," I replied, shaking her hand. We started talking, and I found out Cassie was an art student who also loved writing. We quickly bonded over our shared interests. It was refreshing to talk to someone who didn't know about the whole Lily situation. Over the next few weeks, I found myself opening up to Cassie about everything. She listened without judgment, offering advice and support. It was a friendship that felt genuine and honest, something I hadn't experienced in a while. One evening, as we were leaving the art center, Cassie turned to me. "You know, Amelia, you should consider showcasing your work. There's an art exhibit next month. It would be perfect for you." I hesitated. "I don't know, Cassie. After everything that's happened, I'm not sure I'm ready for that kind of attention." She put a hand on my shoulder. "You've got something to say, and people need to hear it. Don't let what happened hold you back." Her words struck a chord. Maybe it was time to step out of the shadows and reclaim my story. I started working on a new collection of paintings and writings, pieces that represented my journey through betrayal, pain, and resilience. It was scary and exhilarating, pouring my heart out onto the canvas and paper. The day of the exhibit arrived. I stood in the gallery, my work displayed on the walls around me. People walked by, stopping to admire and read. I overheard their comments, a mix of praise and curiosity. Then, in walked Cassie with a group of her friends. She beamed at me. "See, Amelia? I told you people would love it." As the night went on, more people approached me, asking about my work, sharing their own stories of betrayal and recovery. I realized then that my experience, as painful as it was, resonated with others. It was empowering. After the exhibit, Cassie and her friends invited me out for a celebratory dinner. We laughed, talked about art, life, and everything in between. I felt a sense of belonging, a feeling I hadn't had in a long time. That night, as I lay in bed, I couldn't help but feel grateful. Grateful for the pain that led me to my passion, for the betrayal that brought me strength, and for the new friendships that showed me what true support looked like. Rebuilding my life wasn't easy. There were days I wanted to give up, to crawl back into my shell and hide from the world. But I pushed through. I found strength in my art, solace in my writing, and genuine connection in new friendships. The past couldn't be changed, but the future was mine to shape, and I was determined to make it bright. As I, Amelia, continued to pour my heart into my art and writing, things started to shift. My blog began getting more attention, and my artwork was featured in a couple of local magazines. It felt unreal, watching my once private expressions become public and embraced. One afternoon, while I was setting up for another exhibit, my phone buzzed with an email notification. It was from the editor of a well-known art and lifestyle magazine. They wanted to feature my story and art in their next issue. My heart raced with excitement and disbelief. Later that day, at a small coffee shop, I overheard a group of people discussing my upcoming magazine feature. "Have you heard about that artist, Amelia? Her story is so inspiring." "Yeah, I saw her blog. It's amazing how she turned her pain into something so beautiful." Their words filled me with a sense of pride and accomplishment. I had turned my darkest moments into something that could inspire others. The following week, I visited a local community center to give a talk about dealing with betrayal and using art for healing. The room was packed, and I felt a wave of nervous excitement wash over me. As you all know, I'm Amelia. Today, I want to share with you how art saved me in my darkest times. After the talk, people came up to me, sharing their stories and thanking me for giving them hope. One girl with tears in her eyes hugged me. "Your story changed my life, Amelia. Thank you." Amidst all this, I heard about Lily. Her friends had turned on her, and she was struggling both socially and personally. A part of me felt vindicated, but another part just felt sad. Sad for how she'd chosen envy over friendship. Sad for the friendship we once had. One evening, while walking home, I bumped into Lily. She looked different, less confident, more fragile. "Amelia, can we talk?" I paused, considering. "Okay, Lily. Talk." She fumbled with her words. I'm sorry, Amelia. I never meant to hurt you so much. I was just lost." I listened, but my heart had hardened. "I appreciate your apology, Lily, but it doesn't change what happened. I've moved on. I suggest you do the same." She nodded, tears brimming in her eyes. "I understand. I miss our friendship. I miss what I thought we had too. But we can't go back, Lily." We parted ways, and I walked home, feeling a mix of emotions. It was a chapter closed, a part of my past I had to let go. My life continued to flourish. My blog and art became more popular, and I started working on a book about my journey. The more I shared, the more I realized how my story resonated with so many people. One sunny afternoon, I sat in the park, working on a sketch. A young woman approached me. "Are you Amelia, the artist?" I smiled, nodding. "Yes, that's me." She beamed. "I just wanted to say, your work has inspired me to start painting again. After a tough breakup, I thought I'd never find joy in it again. But seeing your art and reading your story, it gave me hope." Hearing her words, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude and fulfillment. It was moments like this that made all the pain and struggle worth it. My journey wasn't just about overcoming betrayal or finding success. It was about using my experiences to touch the lives of others, to inspire and heal. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the park, I realized that this was my triumph. Not fame, not recognition, but the ability to turn my pain into a beacon of hope for others. That was my true victory. My transformation. It wasn't just about growing stronger. It was about becoming Amelia who I was meant to be. No longer the naive girl who trusted too easily. I stood in my studio, surrounded by my latest collection. My art had evolved, just like me. Brighter, bolder, unapologetically honest. My phone rang, pulling me from my thoughts. "It's Cassie. Hey, did you see the latest? Your exhibition's been featured in 3 more magazines." I laughed, a sound of pure joy. "I know, it's crazy, right? Never thought I'd get here." "Are you kidding? I always knew you'd make it big. You've got something special, Amelia." Our conversation shifted to plans for a new community project we were collaborating on. Art for healing, bringing hope to others who'd been through tough times. As I hung up, there was another knock at my door. I opened it to find Lily, looking more fragile than ever. "I saw your latest exhibition, Amelia. It's incredible. You've really made something of yourself." "Thanks, Lily. I had a lot of inspiration." There was an awkward silence. She looked down, fidgeting with her hands. I've been doing a lot of thinking. About everything. I was wrong. So wrong. Can we start over?" Her plea hung in the air, but my heart had healed, scars sealed shut. "Lily, what we had, it's in the past. I've moved on. I hope you find your way, but it won't be with me." I could see the hurt in her eyes, but there was also a hint of understanding. She nodded slowly, stepping back. "I guess I deserved that. I'm sorry, Amelia." I watched her walk away, a chapter finally closing. As days turned into weeks, my life continued to flourish. I was no longer defined by my past, but by the choices I made in the present. My art and writing not only brought me peace, but also connected me with people who shared their stories of resilience and triumph. One evening, during an art therapy session, a young girl approached me. Her eyes were filled with a mix of awe and curiosity. "Your paintings, they tell a story. It's like you've lived 100 lives." I smiled, handing her a paintbrush. "We all have stories. Sometimes it takes a bit of paint to bring them out." She hesitated for a moment before her brush met the canvas, her own story beginning to unfold. As I watched her, I realized that my journey had come full circle. I was no longer just Amelia, the girl who had been betrayed. I was Amelia, the artist, the healer, the unyielding heroine of my own story. I stepped out into the night after the session, the city lights reflecting off the buildings. The air was filled with possibilities, with new stories waiting to be told. Surrounded by genuine friends, recognized for my talents, and satisfied with overcoming my greatest challenges, I looked forward to the future, a future bright and uncharted, ready for whatever comes next. And so, my story isn't just about betrayal or pain. It's about the strength to rise above, to transform and to find beauty in the broken places. It's a reminder that no matter what life throws at you, you have the power to rewrite your story. As I walked home under the starlit sky, I realized that this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something even more beautiful. The story of Amelia has come to an end, but her journey leaves us with a thought-provoking question. Is it always better to forgive and forget? Or are there some betrayals that are simply unforgivable? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss and see the different perspectives. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more content like this. Your support means a lot.